All right, y'all. Welcome to the Black Boardroom. We are here for another episode. We are talking about Black love today. All right, so before we get into this good conversation, let me check in with my people and see how everybody's doing. Nikita.
I'm good.
All
I'm
right.
here.
Yeah. And Eb.
I'm the same. I'm swell, you guys. Hanging in there. Hanging in there.
She said swell.
Swell.
Swell. Haven't heard that word in
long time.
Long time.
Long time. Yeah.
Since I was Nickelodeon.
Swell. Oh. Yeah. Little throwback.
Mr. Producer, AC behind the scenes, behind the camera.
Cups are flowing. Conversations going.
All right. Yeah.
And how are you, Brittany?
Listen, I know we are going to really get into it today, so I am making sure I'm comfortable. Not comfortable. I'm comfortable.
Spell that. Spell that. Spell that.
So you know what? He always do that to me. Sound it out.
The chingy third.
I know that's right. I'm comfortable sitting on the couch. Got my legs up. We sipping. What y'all sipping on? I got this white grape juice.
I was just about to be.
What you about to say? We got a little bit of wine.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. So you're gonna see us sipping because we're gonna have a good conversation today. So to kick off this topic of Black love, can you each share what your relationship journey has looked like for you, or what's been your relationship journey? And you ain't got to go into detail, but just kind of give us like a general overview of where you've been and where you are.
My journey has been journeying. I am looking forward to severing ties. I am separated. Been that way for quite some time. 18 months to be exact. Physically. But probably separated emotionally longer than that. And currently seeing someone. So, yeah. Okay. It's journeying.
Yeah. I'd say so. Yes. Ed?
Well, so I too, the journey has been long. It's been a long journey. A lot of ups and downs. But right now I'm like super happily married. And that's it. I know we're gonna get into it. So, the details and things like that may come out later in convo, but happily married and just enjoying the moment. That's what it's about for me right now.
Okay. I have been married twice. I'm twice divorced. I am I'm with someone, and I am hoping for, not just hoping, believing for my happily ever after. And so, do I want to get married again? Yes, I do. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. AC?
Y'all notice how I went last on this joint? I was looking forward to being asked first. Because I'm on my second marriage.
Wait, what?
Yes, I married my wife 2 times.
I
know you. I did not know. Okay.
I'm trying to be chill for the camera. Like, I don't.
So wait.
Yeah, I'm real spicy over here.
You married her twice. Is that a vow renewal, or is that a separation and then we worked it out and get back together?
You want to keep asking? You want to keep
Let's
going?
keep guessing. Let's keep
Wrong,
guessing.
wrong. You want to go to C?
I think we just need to let him tell it. Go ahead.
We were supposed to get married in 2020, and then we
COVID.
No, not even COVID. So she doesn't like when I put the business out there, but a health thing happened. Nothing bad. Like, she's good.
Okay.
But that was, we couldn't do the ceremony because a month before we were supposed to get married, we found out that she was going through what she was going through at the time. But yet I still said, let's still have a intimate ceremony with just our parents and her grandmother.
Absolutely.
In October of that year, we were supposed to get married September of that year, and then in 2021, we had the big ceremony.
Y'all solidified that thing twice.
I love it.
Yes.
I love
Circle the block a couple of times.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, okay.
Miss Hopeless Romantic over there.
I
did that for you. I did that for you.
I am hopeless romantic. I love. Listen, y'all, I'm a Cancer, so we got 2 other Cancers on the set, so let's not.
We on that.
Yes, so y'all know.
I love love too, but love has to be love, and it has to be healthy, and it has to have all the elements.
Absolutely.
Yes.
As you sip that wine, girl.
As I sip the
sip.
I saw that. She's like, I'm going to need this close.
What this conversation about to be?
All over the place.
I'm here for it.
But listen, you said something really important. So let's get into that. You said it has to have all the elements, right? All the things. So let's talk about the things, what the things are for you.
Okay.
So we know that in order to have a good, stable, healthy, happy, successful relationship, there needs to be a foundation.
Correct.
So for you, what needs to be a part of that foundation? So give me your 5 pillars. And there could be more, but we're just going to go with 5. Okay. Of what your foundation is for love. And so let's make this clear. Let's just make God the staple for each of us, okay? So God is already the free space. He there, okay?
He's the foundation.
Faith, God, spirituality, whatever, that's already there. So what are your 5 pillars around that for your relationship?
So I'm going to need a second because you just took all my pillars. JK. Relax, bro. Relax. Did y'all see her face? She's like, huh? She's like, we just talked about this, man. JK.
All right. So for me, and they don't go particularly in order, but there is one that I'm going to put first, only because in past relationships, it has been violated a lot. So I'm going to start with boundaries, respecting my boundaries. And of course, me respecting my partner's boundaries as well. But boundaries I have to put first. The others can come in any order. Communication, respect, trust, and then also important is conflict resolution. Because in relationships, no matter how healthy it is, conflict's going to occur. But how you resolve that and work through that in a healthy way. Because conflict is just natural, but how you resolve it is important to me.
All right. AC?
I was waiting. I was
called him off guard.
I'm going to be second. I'm going to be last.
You said C.
So, because you wanted to remix. No, I'm playing. I'm just like, I got to keep you on your toes.
You know what?
So I just got to keep you on your toes. All right, so not in any particular order. I'm going to say quality time for sure, affection, understanding from my mate. I'm going to go with patience and then affirm/esteem.
Okay.
Those are my pillars.
Okay.
I like it. I like it too.
Eb?
So, and I'm going to read mine because first off, we can't see AC, but he was reading his too. So,
You see how I try to even like,
you see what I'm saying?
My cadence, like, I'm not really like reading this drawing. I want to stretch this last one out so I get to the right thread. Thanks,
exactly.
Appreciate that. I guess that's payback from photo shoot. Got it.
Listen, anytime. That's what I'm here for.
It's on the pop it out, just so you know.
Listen, I had a bunch in mind. But I said, okay, 5. 5 is 5. And again, like you guys, it's not in any particular order. But a huge one because it was so much lack of this. In just about any relationship, any and every relationship that I was in, communication. Communication, because if not, it's always a bunch of assumption, you know. Respect, mandatory. Transparency, like on both ends. It's really big for me. Open-mindedness is huge for me because we'll get into and then the ability to forgive. It's easy to say I forgive you, but do you really? So forgiveness is big. That's my
all
5.
good. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you go?
I did not.
Oh, all right, cool.
So I would say for me, first and foremost, I need my person to be my friend. I want my man to be my best friend. Yeah, I need that. I want like all the inside jokes, like all the little quirky things, like all the things between us. Like I want to love you and I want to like you. Like I need that friendship. Communication, definitely. And healthy communication and whatever that looks like for us. I need safety and security. You know, just like you, Nikita, something that you didn't get in your past. That was something that was really big for me that I know I need. I need safety and security, not just in the physical sense, but in every way. I just need to know that, you know, you got me. And I don't have to worry about a thing. Like it's just, it's done. It's there. You're there. Just, the showing up and the consistency, all that comes with it. Passion and intimacy. Like I want to want my man. Like I want to, like I need that. I need that. I don't want to be in a relationship where I don't crave my person in that way. And lastly, I would say respect too. Respect. And I know for me, not having these 5 things, like if I were to lose respect for you, if there were to be no communication, if there were to be no friendship, if there were to be no safety and security, if I'm not passionate about you, if I'm losing that stuff, then I can't see myself being with you. So those would have to be my pillars. Yeah.
I think we all kind of said communication. And the thing about is if you start losing one of those pillars, you should be able to communicate about it. They all kind of play into each other. Because things do happen. I mean, life happens, but communicating about those things in a healthy way, again, where you can resolve conflict in a healthy way.
And we keep saying healthy, but then again, we have to understand that it's whatever it looks like for the couple, for them. So what your communication is for you may not work for another couple, but so it's whatever that looks like for you, whatever that talking looks like, whatever that showing up looks like for you. And just as long as it makes sense for you and as long as it's working for you.
Yeah, we can't define healthy for anyone else. Yeah, and it's that couple has to define it because even what one person may think is healthy, the other, partner may not. Again, it got to come back to communication and, again, that's why boundaries is important for me because what I may think, you may not think, but it's like let's talk about it, let's resolve it in a healthy way, and then let's also respect our boundaries and things like that.
So let's be in it, right? Let's be in it, like
Absolutely.
collectively.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Talking and touching can it can change some things. I'm telling you.
Come on,
talk about it and then touch me after we
Let's touch about it. Let's touch about it.
So I don't even think intimacy is necessarily just about the touching. Intimacy.
Yeah, I know. I'm just Nikita. Listen, it's the grape juice. You lying
She's loose off the juice.
The touching.
She's sitting, girl. Listen.
Bring it, babe.
Listen, I'm saying it's very, very important elements.
Listen, baby, touch me, tease me.
Listen,
Come on.
I got it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's so much more. I want to be able to lay at the top of the couch with you down there, put my feet on you while we watching a TV show. You know what I'm saying?
But that too. That's all of that. All
that means
of that.
so much. And I don't know what it means for like a man, but that right there is just the perfect situation, perfect evening. Like that's it. I mean, you said affection though, so
Yes.
And I think our man needs that. That's the thing too. We have to remember as women, like our man needs to be like hugged and cuddled and rubbed
all
and
of that.
They need it too. Like it's hard out here for a black man.
Do you know how many people are touch deprived though? How many people aren't getting hugs? How many people out there who aren't having that human contact, that interaction with people? Like do you know what it can do to a person's, spirit? Do you know it can make someone feel like so disconnected from the world? Like
absolutely,
touching really like it heals. It's that connection. It's that energy. So it's more. And I'm teasing. It's more than just the sexual passion of it all. But but let's not act like that's not a part of it too.
Definitely.
Yeah, and that's very much that comes with the connecting. But
if
yes,
I could, real quick, because I think we need to unpack touching or lack thereof in an individual. And for those of you who may have a guard up, please communicate with your person why you do not touch. Because that could go back to some other things.
Absolutely.
You feel me? And again, communication. So
that's really good.
Just be honest with your person when you. I'm not saying like 2 months in, because then a cousin may happen and blah blah blah. However,
check out the other videos.
Yeah, check it out. However, that was a shoulda, woulda, coulda, by the way. But just that is important because the other person may just be blindsided, not understanding, or they may feel neglected because that form of the intimacy is not taking place. But then also you being on the other end, you have to be patient with your person.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because who knows how long they have been keeping that part of their history packed away. You feel me? So
it's patience and also respecting their boundaries because
patience
and also respecting their boundaries because whatever may have happened, so many of us have so much past trauma and you don't know.
That's right.
So
but here's another thing too though. So there's also a level of self-awareness that needs to come with it. Like you need to be conscientious of it as well, because I know for me, when I went through a particular era in my life, I did not want to be touched. I did not touch, and I had no interest in. It was a coldness because of that. But I knew that that's not a place where I needed to stay. And I think with that healing and getting past the trauma, and so like I said, just being self-aware and knowing that. Just being able to acknowledge that within yourself and knowing that that's something that you need to heal. Because if you don't, then it is going to affect the people that you are in relationship with. But, for me to be aware of that and to know that, no, I can't stay in this place because this is not only not healthy for me, but how am I going to expect to connect with someone else if I stay here?
Right.
This is not good.
I was going to ask you, did you come to that realization dolo, or did the person or people, and what I mean by that, let me unpack that. Not just the person that you were kicking it with, but like maybe family members, just being vulnerable with them, or even them identifying that part of your journey. Like, was it just a dolo thing, or was it a village that helped you push through?
It was a little bit of both because I was able to recognize it in myself and know that that's where I was. Very withdrawn. I had gotten cold. I just didn't want to engage in anything at all. But then it was also a calling out that occurred too, that how sometimes you think that you can be going through something and you're only affecting yourself, not realizing that others around you are also being affected by what it is you're doing or not doing, or how you're showing up or not showing up. So it was, it was my family that called it out, like my mom, my kids, that made me aware of this person who I had changed into that I knew I did not want to be, who I knew wasn't really me. I was receptive to that. Yes,
and not
absolutely.
everybody is receptive to people calling them out or even having that self-awareness. I mean, and not even self-awareness. It's just that some people have this persona that, no, there's nothing wrong with me. This is how I am. And, you know, and like, sort of like, how dare you say like something is wrong because this is how I'm showing up. So
take me or leave me. This is me. This is who I am. And I ain't changing.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And if you stuck on that, then
everybody's not into that journey. So like, I know for me, like in my past relationship, you know, I had a cousin who came, you know, and stayed with me for a little while. And she's like, oh my gosh, it's like you're in a partnership. Like this is like a business thing and not like a relationship. Like, where's the love? Where's the affection? I don't see what I used to see, you know? And when you kind of communicate those things to your partner, it's like, no, something's wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with me, you know? So everybody is not ready to take that journey.
Yeah.
Or, you know, sort of self-reflect on anything that you're calling. So
can you go back real quick to you just said, someone said that watching you and your person, it looked like it was more of a
business relationship. Yeah. Cause
like I only say that. I remember watching like Love and Hip Hop, like back in the day. I don't watch that no more.
Me either.
Everybody know that. But anyway, I remember what's the bull's name that had a baby on his wife? They're from Atlanta.
Ja?
Not Ja. And she has like she either has like wigs or
Rashida.
That
was crazy.
I just like, so I don't remember exactly at one point, but I remember like during that season hearing the narrative of this is a business. And, you know, I feel like that can get blurred.
Oh my goodness.
But I think for some people, I mean, I heard somebody talk about, you know, they shouldn't have got married. It should have just sort of been a contract, right? Like having business, you know, and some people do it for that reason. But for me, it started off as a marriage. It started off as a relationship, romantic relationship, and kind of morphed into sort of, you know, we're kind of just both in our own separate worlds. And it happens, and like when you don't address it, it just continues. And before you know it, it's like you aren't romantically involved anymore. It's like 2 months, and then the next thing you know, it's 8 months, and the next thing you know, it's like 2 years. And so when other people are sort of looking in, it's like, that's not the, you know, like the couple that I knew that is now like this
something else
partnership. Yeah. So,
no, I get it. I just wanted to kind of unpack that because I know that a lot of times, like, it's like partnership, and then this is a business, and we just gotta be very careful of like what we're saying and how we're identifying everything. So yeah, that's all.
Because I think I used to always say in my relationship, I want a partnership too. Like I used to, I'm still that way. Like I want all levels.
Have them exist simultaneously, though.
Absolutely.
Not, you know, neglect one for the other.
Right. So. Because again, being open, I remember those days too, where it was just like, we coexisted. We had to be there, but it was just more of a co-parenting situation, but you're living together. And that can be miserable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, because you're not happy. There's no communication. There's because when you were talking, I just kept thinking like you became numb.
Yeah. Oh,
you know, and when you become numb, that feeling is just is numb. You know, and but it's like you wear it.
Oh yeah.
And you don't think that because it becomes your norm. But like you said, other people,
the dysfunction is normal. It becomes normal.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then you start to normalize it for your children because they're not seeing the healthy relationship.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that is so true. You know, because we keeping it real, right? That's what we doing. So like I remember it's just, oh my gosh, like with my husband, I remember it being a time where it would be like my daughter said, like, do you like she wanted to know, do you even like each other?
Wow.
You know, again, so we didn't realize that that's what we were displaying, but this is what they're seeing, and kids don't miss nothing, you know? So it's like when it was eggs, I was just like, in my mind, I'm like, no, sure no, no, can't stand to do at this point, you know? And I know that it was mutual, but it was like, wow, like we got to do better. And people, I think parents tend to try to stay together because they think that they're protecting their children, but really you're hurting them because children need to see you love one another. You know, like now it's almost like we're kids, you know what I mean? Like, and my kids are like, get off of her. That's my mom. Stop touching her. You always in her face, you know, because it's like, but I'm like, I want them to see it because before I would be like, that's too much. That's too much, you know, but like, I want them to see because you want them to see love, like what it looks like.
That's where I am right now too. Like I want to be able to set that example for my kids to see a healthy relationship.
That's
to
right.
See what love is like in your micro world, in your your little cosm of existence, because they didn't get that, you know. So yes, and I do want to be that example.
They won't crave it.
Yes,
they won't know. Like honestly, I had to really do some because you know I really condone like therapy, go to therapy, but it was just like a self. Like for me, I kind of taught myself like, you know what? This is why I never wanted to be married because my mom and dad were married until the day my dad died, but they weren't together. You know what I mean? I didn't see that the love, you know, I knew they loved each other, but there was no passion. There was no, you know, no type of affection. And so I never craved it. I never said as a child, like, I want to be married. And I didn't think it was anything wrong with that until recent. I'm like, no, I want my kids to want to be married, you know?
And a lot of us think that way. A lot of Black folks, we think that way, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Oh, yeah. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get into our conversation about Black love and just about love, period. But before we go to these questions we have, I want to know from each of you, since this is a Black space, we talk about Black things or how things affect us as Black people. To you, what makes Black love special?
That is a good question.
That is a good question. And I can go first if you all are still putting together your thoughts.
Okay.
For me, what makes Black love so special is, now I'm not saying that Black love is better than any other love. I mean, of course, love is love, love who you love. But for me, when Black people are together, there's a beauty in that just kind of hits your spirit different. It's just as Black people, all that we've overcome to be so dehumanized as we were, to not even be considered human, to, you know, families be torn apart, you know, for us to be used and abused in the way that we were, to not even be considered as having feelings or being worthy of love, to come together and show how beautiful we are together as one. I don't know. There's just something about it that it doesn't hit my spirit the same way when I see anyone else's love. And I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it's just
a different connection. It is. And I just think that, like you said, like with all the trauma and all the past, when we connect, I mean, even think about it through the trauma. Yeah. You know, we still found a way to, like, with the singing together, just the bonding, that just, it's a different level of connectedness. Yeah. That just resonates.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say Black babies, to your point. Nah, that's real. Like I don't necessarily mean like chocolate babies or I mean like literally us, because I believe like 10 years ago there was a statistic or a whatever hypothesis that said like in 2030 everybody's gonna like Steph Curry. So I feel like in order for us to not look or be extinct, you know, us gravitating, and I get it, you know, like you said, love who you love.
Yeah.
I don't knock the hustle unless you have other agendas behind, you know, who you love and why you love that person. But it is a really, really great feeling to see Black families. Because unfortunately it's not as prevalent as it once was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it'd be everything that you guys said. And I think, like for me, like my grandparents, they were together 50 plus years. And you just don't see that as much anymore. I mean, because I think, it's taking us longer to get in these committed relationships. So we don't have the opportunity to be in those relationships that long. But it was just that is what I saw personally. Like that's the only real relationship that I'm just like, I just felt like it was just something beautiful about that. So again, I didn't crave it. I didn't really, because right in my home, I didn't have that, but it was still like, it always just been beautiful to see. Like, it's just because it's a reflection of us. So when we see our people like loving each other, and because see, we know that we're capable of being in the same space and getting along. And, it may not look that way, when you watch like the news or any of the social media, they don't put us out there like that. Even if you go to the store, and picture frames, you don't really see us. It's always love is just never us, but we know different, so we feel different, and so when we see it and we recognize it, it's just like dope to see. So that's what makes it beautiful to me. Just because I know how beautiful we are, I recognize how beautiful we are, and it's just something beautiful to see.
Yeah, I agree to a certain extent. I just have a differing opinion a little bit just about when I think about grandparents being together.
Yeah.
I think I know where you're going to go.
They were together, right? But it doesn't mean that there wasn't some conflict, infidelities, and things happening in those relationships.
And I'm sure it was.
But they didn't have that way out. It was your marriage. I think the younger generation now aren't focusing so much on marriage and relationships. It's more like career oriented now. Yeah. But the narrative has always been get married, have a relationship. So when I'm thinking about Black love, I'm not just thinking about man and woman relationship. I'm thinking about Black people in general. Like I love to see Black people together. But again, in a healthy way. And sometimes I think some of those relationships help to frame some of the trauma that we go through in our relationships as we sort of mirror some of those things that we didn't even know we were picking up.
Absolutely.
Because they were sort of coexisting and not having those healthy relationships. Years don't make it healthy.
Absolutely not.
So that's where I just have like this differing opinion. If people are together 50, 60 years, it's beautiful when it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Right.
But when there's this net, that's not so beautiful. But there's like so many people want to say, okay, like just, stay together, be together and things like that. But at what cost?
Yeah.
At what cost?
Right. The resistance to wanting to go through something like that for yourself, knowing that I don't have to because I saw what my grandfather put my grandmother through, or I saw, what my aunt and my uncle went through, and I don't want that for myself. And I have the choice that I don't have to have that for myself. Or if I do get in a relationship, I'm going to make sure it's healthy. I'm going to make sure that it's not a loveless, relationship, because of that, because there is that trauma from that generation, and maybe, I would say if that's, coming from generations of our grandparents, the resistance of that would be like our parents, and then, that trickle down may still affect some of us. And then now, we have kids now who are just like you said, but like you said, this generation now is like, can be the furthest thing from their mind. It's not necessarily a priority for them, as much as it was like for us, the idea to be in a relationship and to have love or make that a goal in life to get married. But when you can do that, when you feel that, when you find that person, that is a beautiful thing. Yeah.
And that's why I said healthy. And in that generation, thinking of our grandparents, well, we didn't go to therapy then. I mean, that was unheard of. You know what I mean? So now we do have that option too, to go to therapy and, for us to be able to work through things, and our partner will go together and try to work through things. But it has to be, both parties have to be receptive to it. And for it to work, for it to be healthy. So I'm just saying not taking the number of years as the thing that says this equates to happiness.
Right.
And not staying together just to stay together.
Just to stay together. Absolutely not.
So real quick, I'm gonna chime in on that as well. So I feel like depending on the journey and the like how the married couple come out on the other side, if they come out together, that does show strength,
yes,
which is Black love. They didn't just they got through it. Hopefully, they used the proper channels, and hopefully, they don't do things to trigger those memories. Moving forward. But I feel like, and I went back to this prior conversations that we had. It was just different back then. Like our greats, like just got out of like the plantation era. You feel me? So really, all they knew was like survival, and that just looked way different then than what it looks now. And I'm not saying this to combat what you're saying. I'm just saying I believe that you only know what you know. And we got here because of evolution.
Right.
You feel me? So I do commend those who stuck together and was able to come out together like on a positive note way back then because
that did exist too.
It did.
Yeah.
But, I kind of go back and I think about my grandmother, right? My grandmother had 11 children. So it's a lot of them. Where are you going with 11 children? You're going to stay in that house. You have 11 children. So it was just a different, and I mean, she wasn't, as close to like slavery and stuff like that. I mean, she was born in 1923. But the dynamics were different then also. Like the woman was in the household, the guy was working.
And the woman couldn't even have her own bank account.
Right. So the dynamics were a lot different then, which also kept the woman in the household. So I just think it was different. And now I still think it's survival. Even, we still stay for so many reasons. It may not be survival like what you're talking about back then, but a lot of people still stay now for survival.
Or security or,
Yeah.
whatever.
And there's always going to be an element of that.
And it is. But and at the same time too, back then it was a lot of people mimicking the Bible. If we really going to go back to, back then, because, and I'm okay with some parts of that, because here's the deal, right? No relationship's going to be perfect. Now, I'm not saying put up with domestic abuse, and I'm not saying that, but you also don't run at the sight of, disagreement, or, you got to still stay 10 toes down. Like I'm raising my kids. I don't want them to be like the generation now. I want them to be prayerfully. Yeah, the first person you meet, that's cool. Like, but I'm not getting into all that dating, because my kids, if you ask them at 9 and 12, they're dating to marry. That's where I'm at with it. No, you don't get to pick and choose and see what it is I don't like about him and pass off. No, because that's not what the Bible tells us to do, and that's where we learn it from. You know what I'm saying? That's in my household. So if you think, man, like I can't date my daughter. She's like, Mom, how can I start dating when you want to start thinking about marriage? Because I don't want you to have a whole bunch of experiences, because then that's where the downfall is, when you have a whole bunch of people to compare your mate to. But if you just go, if you have one partner and that's who you're with, what do you have to compare it to? Now, if you get into this relationship and it's not good, it's not healthy, and if this person becomes every person who they said they weren't or who you believe them to be, then yes, now we can talk about other things. But I want my kids to be one and done prayerfully. I know that's not super realistic, but I do believe that through God, any of that is possible. So that's how I'm raising mine. Because this generation is so quick to run.
Which is commendable, but at the same time, when you utilize the Bible, so me working on a side, like with battery intervention programs and things like that, there are also abusers who also use the Bible to say no. You know what I mean? Like, and they will use quotes from the Bible to say, like, no, this is what the Bible says. Like, you submit to me, forgetting they're supposed to submit to God.
And understand what submit means.
And submit one to another under God.
Yeah. Submission, that's where it gets cloudy.
Yeah, and that's very real, because the Bible was used it was weaponized against me when I was still very much involved in the church, for me to stay in each of my marriages. Yes. And I felt like I had to put up with certain things until I was like, you know what? No, I'm not. No, and you're not going to manipulate me in that way. And I have my own mind, and this is my life, and this isn't healthy.
There is a time where you can leave.
Yeah, yeah, but we'll get into that. So we have questions here that we are going to pull. We don't know where this is going to lead us in conversation, but relationship questions, Black love questions. So we're about to get into it. Y'all ready?
Let's go.
All right. All right, y'all. So we have questions here that each of us contributed to. So we are going to pull these questions and talk about it. All right?
Yep.
Ooh, question number 1. Oh my. Thoughts on being submissive to your mate or partner.
Wow. What
all right?
chances?
Okay. Take it away, Ebony.
All right. I'm with it. I'm totally
What are you with?
I am with submitting to my partner.
Now, what does submitting mean to you? What's submission to you?
Honestly, it's more of an agreement, right? Because your man is to submit to you as well.
Yes.
It's not just a one-way street. And I think where it goes wrong, people always think that means like kind of like a dictatorship. Like, okay, he owns me, and no, that's not it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's about allowing your man to lead, which I think that's a great thing. I think letting your man lead is amazing, because we got a lot already that we deal with, and that we gotta, as a woman, that we take the lead on. And so I'm totally okay with letting him lead, submitting, like talking things through, not making decisions before I speak to my man first. I think it just makes for a better situation in your home, or before, I didn't think of this before, but like me and my husband, like we are truly growing in Christ, so like we read the Bible together, we study, and we understand, like things are just so much smoother when you put that first. Financially, I never thought about, like, my money was my money. I'm working for my money, you work for yours. I don't care what you got. Don't care when you get paid. But if you're not looking at it like, because everybody wants to be that independent Black female. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but it's also like people overdo it. Like if you want a man, and then you wondering why you can't get a man. Because I'm so independent. If it don't work out, I'm still good. That's just, it comes off like just real, just chill. Like if you understand what submitting really means, like it is a partnership, like we said earlier. And it's amazing to have a partner to bounce ideas off of, not to just be in it alone. I just think it's just about communication. That's ultimately what it goes back to. What you saying?
It's a vibe.
It really is, and it feels amazing. And I wouldn't be able to speak it if I wasn't living it. But living it just makes things so easy. And honestly, I remember not being there. I remember, like I said, it was, even now I catch myself I because you get so comfortable with just, look, I'm good with or without. And my dad used to teach me, even down to when I wanted to go to the movies with a boy or something, you always make sure you got your own money, just in case, you know what I'm saying? But like that now I'm looking like maybe you shouldn't have said that, because no, like if you want to lead, of course I pay for things at times, but I'm just saying, like, you need to show me that you can lead. You need to show me that you can provide. Like that's important in a relationship. So, like I just think it makes things much easier when you have that person, your person to confide in, talk to, help make decisions. So that's what it is for me. It's never like, okay, babe, whatever you want. Never. That's never who I'm going to be.
I agree with you, Ebony. And you use one of the pillars, communication, but I also have to add in trust, because you have to trust that your partner is capable of leading you. And also that for me, like before I separated, one of the things was like, what is your motive now for these things? Can I
Ooh,
trust
yeah.
that you are leading me, or
Yep.
that what you're saying, like what I'm supposed to submit to, do you have my best interest now because of where we are?
And that's where that respect comes in.
Right.
And it has to go both ways, and it needs to be a mutual respect.
Yes.
But you want me to respect you, then I have to know that you respect me as well, and you're not going to do anything that's going to be harmful, detrimental. You know, you're not using me, taking advantage, harming me in any kind of way. I need to be able to trust that. So I want to hear what you got to say.
So-
Male perspective.
I love the male perspective.
Yeah.
We out here, fellas. Your dad wasn't wrong, but he also wasn't 100% right. You feel me? Because I feel like decisions, or I don't want to say this. I don't want to lead with decisions. We give advice off of experience. I don't know your dad from a can of paint. I don't know if he was a wild bull or or what, but there was a reason why he gave you that information.
And probably just knowing men.
I
Because there are some men out here that take advantage, that don't,
But I know that there are fathers that give that advice because of who they were.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I mean. Yep.
But when you said that, I was like, I took it as the outside. I'm a judge. The outside. That's how I kind of when you said that. So my wife and I, we she's that independent. I got mine. Blah. All that. I don't knock her for that. We have grown in a space where she is more conscious of saying I. And it's so crazy. I'm gonna Jody and Yvette from Baby Boy.
Oh my God.
No, just follow me. Just follow me.
Okay.
We were having a conversation, Karita and I, about like who was more toxic. You feel me? And her reaction or her answer was Yvette had the crib, Yvette had the car, Yvette had all these things. I said, but did Jody give Yvette, did he burn her? I don't remember that in the movie. And also he definitely didn't almost get her killed. You feel me? Because he didn't have like the chick in jail calling her, and then when she got home, so we automatically think that because the woman, especially if they have children at a young age, you all tend to, I have to have all these things because I have to be able to provide for my child. And a lot of times, us as the fathers when we're young fathers, we're not prepared for that. It's just a superpower that y'all just ignite, and it's just like, but as you get older, and whether you're still with that, because Jody and Yvette were like maybe late teens or early 20s. Karita didn't even realize. I'm like, yeah, because Tyrese and girl as like them. But they were really playing a younger role. Yep. And I feel like because of the responsibilities, that can also lead to toxic behavior.
Very true.
And I don't think, matter of fact, I know that's not discussed enough, especially you all holding you all accountable when it comes to that kind of stuff. Not saying that it's wrong, because again, sometimes you have to do what you have to do.
Right.
But as you are doing what you have to do, you kind of have to check yourself because, yes, you're telling your children, especially probably your daughter, like, don't date for your date for your husband, so take your time. But if that doesn't work, you have to kiss 100 toads before you get Prince Charming. I'm not holding at this point in the conversation, like black men specifically, responsible right now. I do that enough. At this moment, I just want to share with you all, as we are, in a cool space. Like, it'll be really, really cool to start hearing the accountability come from you all, you know, because a lot of men deal with broken women. You feel what I'm saying? And when it's never addressed and all you hear from the crib to outside noises, it's always the man's fault.
Yeah.
You feel me? And we draw. That's why I said I don't know who your pop was, you know. Not saying he draw, we do our thing. Because in the Bible, or not Bible, but we're told that men can do whatever. Like, nah, we can't. That's chalk. That's that slavery mentality. But as we are raising our children to be leaders, and we're conscious that there's more Black women than there are Black men out here, we have to, like, I need you all. Not saying you don't, and I need all you all listening and watching. Like, women, please, if you identify yourself as broken, figure it out. Like, not figure it out. Except, like, come to grips with that. Do a self-evaluation, because you want to meet the person and you don't want him to leave you. You feel what I'm saying? So, my fault for rambling. I just wanted to come.
No, that's good.
I hold that in a lot, and it just sucks. It really does suck to see and hear, like, it's always the man's fault. Specifically, it's always the Black man's fault.
Yep.
So.
But here's the thing with that. You said, Pete, women, you would like for women to take accountability, and if they identify as broken. Most often, broken people don't see that they're broken, don't know that they're broken. So that's the thing right there. If you were able to recognize that, then I think you'd care enough to be able to do whatever you need to do to work on that, to fix that, to heal that. But if it's something you're blind to, if it's something you're not receptive to, and you don't have people in your life that's, you know, holding you accountable, then that's not going to be something that you are able to recognize to be able to heal, so that you can be healthy for the relationship.
Yeah, but everybody should be able to do some self-reflection. You may not be able to say, but I don't like the term broken, because there are, and it goes both ways, men and women can play on that brokenness. And a lot of times there are men who will specifically choose a woman that they feel is broken, you know, and use that for that level of control. Suckers. And there are women who will also do the same for men. 100%. So it goes both ways. I think, and I hate the term brokenness, because you aren't broken as a person. There is some trauma. There are some things that have happened in your life, things that have happened to you, but you are not what has happened to you. So nobody, or no particular person, man or woman, is broken. There are things that have happened that you may not function or be able to have a healthy relationship until you address those things. But like Brittany says, sometimes you aren't able to self-reflect. And then even there are some people who actually can self-reflect, but choose still not to deal with that, because there are some people who are unable to own that.
But you know what though, Nikita, if it's that, because that's toxic as well.
It is.
And for those people that choose to still sit in that, that's the brokenness. I will say that you are broken at that point. That's what I'm referring to. You're broken at that point.
I'm not referring to, like, and that's why even when you were, because I could have said, oh, my friend, let me substitute this word. I said what I said for that.
But there's, I don't know. I don't know that I necessarily agree with that being the brokenness, because there is something still that has happened. There's a trauma that has happened that is causing that person. And I'm speaking of somebody directly that I know. So, and I know the past trauma that this person endured, and not making excuses, because I'm not making excuses for anything that this person has done. But there are reasons why they don't want to own that. There are some reasons why some people sometimes put up this wall, like, I can't look in the mirror and face.
But baby, it's always a reason. And no matter how painful that reason is, to intentionally and to purposefully still choose to sit in that, that's the brokenness. That's what makes you broken.
It can be. I don't know. Maybe I just argue with, disagree with the word broken, because I just still think that there are things that has happened, and some people are not ready to take that step. I say, like, for me, like going through this marriage, like I said, I've been separated for 18 months, was in the household, separated within the household and under the same roof, but you know what I mean? But still separated. And I just started going to therapy, right? And I'm not going to say I was broken. No. But there were things that was happening, you know what I mean? And I was dealing with those in different ways, but not broken.
No. And not saying that you were, but Nikita, but you, even in all that time you were sitting there, it was you were probably gathering, probably figuring out, probably thinking, but you also had an awareness of whatever it was that you were going through. And when you were ready, when you knew that you could, you did something about it. So no, your circumstances did not leave you in that broken space to where now you're broken as a person because now I'm cold, I'm bitter, I'm numb, and I'm staying in this place and I'm choosing to stay in this place. That is what's going to make you a broken person, not necessarily what you've gone through. So, and I don't want to take anything away from that, but yeah. All right, let's see what we got. What is this? Oh, what fears do you carry into your relationship and how might they be showing up? Oh my God.
Spicy.
I carry some fears of things, traumatic things that I've gone through before, toxic things, hurtful things that I've gone through before, just not wanting to go through those things before. So my fear is I can put walls up, knowing that I don't want them to be there, knowing that I fully and completely want to be all in. And at moments, I feel like I'm all in, but then again, it's like these walls can come up again. So just being conscious of that. And again, like we've been saying, just talking through it, that communication, that's where that communication becomes really, really important.
Yeah, I think for me, my fear is having the unhealed parts of me show up in my present relationship. So being able to simultaneously work through those pieces while maintaining a relationship. And just kind of like that person having patience and the same, like me having patience with them, having been in a previous relationship. So just really like making sure that we're two healed people coming together to have a healthy relationship versus carrying all of those unhealthy pieces together and trying to make a relationship work in an unhealthy way.
I echo all that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. That's good.
All right.
You got some more?
We got more. Do you believe Black women are being passed over by Black men?
Can you repeat that one more time?
Do you believe Black women are being passed over by Black men? So basically, are Black men choosing?
I'll start that. I feel like there are a group of Black men that purposely pass over Black women, and I don't agree with that 100%. Again, whether it's white is right or the other race or ethnicity is better than, or I don't want to deal with my Black counterpart because y'all are loud or whatever. Like, so what? I mean, cause we have our own ish with us. So it's not, all that's true. Y'all can be loud, y'all can be all the negative things, but that does not mean that you're not great enough for me to not just tolerate, but love that and lean into that. And I don't care about being accepted. I feel, let me not to say me, I feel like I hope we get to a place as Black men where we're not choosing our women because of what it looks like to the world. Like what it looks like on the red carpet or what it looks like at the workplace or what it's whack. And I can't be mad. That's not being broken. That's different. You feel what I'm saying? And it's not fair because we're already a dying breed anyway as Black people.
Yes.
So again, love who you love.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're intentionally ignoring the goddess of a Black woman, you know, you can't be a king out here.
Yeah.
So yeah, straight
I
like
got nothing to
that.
say.
No,
That he said that. Wow.
Next.
Okay. Do you share relationship details with your friends and family?
I think your face, how you read that, said it all. No, I'm playing. I don't
No. Oh, hell no. No. I'm just reading the question, just like, oh, that's a juicy one.
Relationship details.
Mm-hmm.
There's levels to this.
I was
there's
going to say,
so many.
Yeah, it is. It depends on your relationship and where you are in the relationship. I think when it's new, you know, and you're like super giddy and, you know, those kinds of things, you are sharing and you're overly sharing. And I know for me, you know,
Are you though? Because I think that's when you need to keep it most protected because it is still it's
new, but
growing.
I think you are overly sharing. You're sharing a lot of details because it's new to you.
You're excited.
And exactly. You're excited. For me, I did that until you meet the person, and then it's like, oh, now you know them, and you're in their space, and I can no longer share certain things with you because you know this person. I got to pull back on what I'm sharing with you about them now. Even the giddy details, you know what I mean? Like, so.
And then from the other side, you got to be careful what you share.
Yeah.
Now I can say that I've done it. But you know, experience is the best teacher because you're sharing these things and it could be from a more negative light. Like she this, that, or he does this, he does that. So now your family, friends, or, you know, whoever you're sharing this with, now their view of your mate, you know, now it's cloudy. They're not feeling them. So now when things start getting good again and you want to start talking about the good stuff, they don't want to hear that because you done already tanked it. You know, that's just too late. Yeah. So you gotta, you know.
You got to have mature friends though.
It's true.
Because again, and we talked about this in a prior conversation, I don't just hit a homie to put the battery in my back.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I also don't just hit a person because I know they're going to hold a grudge later or throughout that process. Like every one of my groomsmen were selected because we all grew up together or we became really close later on in life. And each one of them have a purpose. So I'm not going to hit the one. I know he may be like, not saying they're going to be on no nut-ish, but you just have to be you have to be mature.
Everything's not for everyone.
Yeah, it's not.
Right, exactly.
It's
not. I do believe everybody needs that person.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah. I will say this though. If you're going through something that is unhealthy, if you're going through things that are toxic, if you're going through things that are abusive, share. Yes, you better share. You better talk. And there was a time I've held things to myself that I should have been talking about, and I waited until things got really, really bad to share. But anyway, but I'd say other than that, I think that's where the friendship piece comes into because I am not sharing my man's business and I don't want him sharing my business. That is between us. And when you have that friendship, if that is, your person and you're building that bond, then no, you protect them at all costs.
Can I say one thing to the share? Just as the friend that is listening to that, sometimes you just need to listen. Sometimes the person doesn't need that advice. And sometimes they don't need the judgment when they aren't doing or moving in a way that you think they should move. It's always, well, why don't you leave or why don't you do these things? And then there's this judgment because you're not. So I just wanted to add that sentiment in there for the friend that is listening.
That's real.
Can I get real for a second, just real quick?
That was
no question. Like a tissue box?
Because I know I don't need the tissue. But I know we talked about this the other night. And Ebony, you've been a friend for many years to me. And you were that person that I talked to that, did not judge me. And, you were that listening ear. And I did not feel like, you never made me feel that I couldn't come to you. And when I needed someone to talk to and to listen to me, what I was going through, you did that without judgment. So thank you. And that really meant a lot to have somebody show up in that way. Yeah.
Well, yes, you're welcome, and I'm glad that I could be that person. And I truly do. I pride myself in being that person. And let me tell you, like, because what I love about this show, y'all, and I just say it while we're on this, because we can be so real. Like, it is truly a safe space. But the reason why I became that person, because one time I wasn't. And I wasn't intentionally telling a friend's business, but I was sharing it with another friend because I'm like, she gonna tell her anyway. And I lost a friend forever.
Oh, wow.
So that's just that's being real, you know. So I learned, and I was very young, like maybe 19. And when that happened, I was just like, never again. You know, you're telling me these things because you trust me. So that's why, you know, and I also had to learn, just like Nikita said, sometimes you just need to get it out. Yeah. You're not asking me for my advice. You're not asking me for what I think. You just needed to speak. And that's why I allowed you to do that. But absolutely, I'm glad that I could be there for you.
Yeah. And not just, you know, just needing someone to talk to, but also needing help. And in that moment when I needed help, you showed up then too. So that's important too. But yeah. Yeah. Oh.
All right. Crying on here, y'all. That's y'all.
We ain't crying. All right. When conflicts happen, do you tend to blame, withdraw, or listen? And why?
Ooh. I think it could be D. All the above.
I have done them.
It can be. Yeah.
I think if you really want to be honest, like if this is honest, it's D. It's definitely D. I can say for myself, it's D.
I used to be the best, like at withdrawing, just shut down.
Yes.
Nothing to say. Silent treatment queen. You know, but again, you learn like that's not going to get you nowhere in your relationship. Yeah. But I've done it. And listen, let's keep it a bean.
Yeah.
We're human, right? So we're flesh. So even still now, I find myself doing things like that because, you know, sometimes you're just processing, you know, so you don't want to say the wrong thing because you're growing and you're building. So I'm like, before I say something that's going to throw this whole thing off, I'm going to just chill, not say nothing. But what I do now, I'll just be like, listen, I hear you. I'm listening, but it's just not the best time to respond. Or just let me just, you know, think this through type situation because it's very easy for me just go silent, you know, and I can do it and act like you don't even exist, you know, but I'm growing through that because I realized that didn't get me anywhere in my relationship. Even with friends, you know, like sometimes I used to just shut them out for a minute because I just needed to just, you know, focus on me and I'm not, but it's okay to communicate that to your friends as well. Like, look, I'm just going to just fade off for a minute, fade to black. I'll be back. But, you know, just tell them. You know, just tell them. So, no, I have done all of the above, though. Working through it currently.
I think I withdraw. I avoid. Maybe I can identify myself as an avoidant. And it's not to hurt the other person. It's not to be disrespectful. But it's, you know, like you said, I need a minute. And in that moment, I'm trying to collect myself. I'm trying to, I don't want to speak from emotion. I don't want to, you know, say the wrong things. I don't want to mess this up. And so just give me a minute to process this. And it's a natural thing. Like it shows up in my body. Like I can't talk right now. Like I can't, like I literally, I can't do it. But then, you know, if you're dealing with someone who needs to talk in the moment, it's just like, that can be the hardest thing in the world. It feels like it's just like.
Yeah, I'm that person.
What, need to talk in the moment?
At times, yeah. Ooh. Because I think, yeah.
But it comes back to boundaries. It comes back to respect.
No question. And if I know I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say understanding where your wife is, and her also understanding where you are. Sometimes it's like about meeting in the middle, just giving her some time. I know for me, I was the same way. Like I wanted to withdraw and like give me a minute to process. And, you know, my husband was like, no, I want to talk now. Like, and it's like, I don't, you know, that's right. And so it's like, where do we sort of meet in the middle? And now we're sort of doing this game where both of us are getting angrier. So the tension is building because you're not giving me what I want and respecting my boundary, and I can't give you what I want because this is how I need to process. And again, healthy conflict resolution.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yes. I get it.
Got another one?
We got more.
Another one.
Best display of Black love in a movie or TV show. Oh, I thought of something.
Is Bill Cosby off limits?
Because that's exactly
Wow.
where I went.
Really? That's where you were going?
I was thinking
Huxtables?
that. The Huxtables.
Really? Oh, okay.
I'm not saying that was my answer. I was just.
Oh, okay, okay.
He gonna say it's Bill Cosby. I want to play with him.
Because Bill is off limits, but not Claire.
Claire. Claire.
Claire. Yeah, I'm sorry.
So it's the Cosby Show.
Name it Cliff. Thank you.
Yeah, Cliff.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Gotcha.
Bill's off, but Cliff.
Gotcha.
He's
Yeah.
good.
so that is your answer.
No, that's still not
Cosby
my
Show.
answer. No.
Brittany, like, so I'm feeling that this.
Well, then what the hell is your answer? What's your answer?
Go to somebody else first.
Yeah.
Ed, what's your answer?
I don't have one either.
My word. Okay, I'll go. And this is something I watch. I tend to do it around every holiday season, Christmas holiday season, when I have my week off. Yes, Lord. I watch the Best Man Chronicles. So I'm not even going to like the first Best Man movie or the Best Man holiday. When they summed it up with that series.
I did not watch that.
Oh my God, please watch that. It's on what the heck is it on?
Was it
Peacock?
Paramount?
Paramount?
One of
Peacock? Anyway,
Yeah.
I think it's Peacock. Yeah, Best Man Holiday. No, what'd I say? Best Man Chronicles.
Started, didn't finish.
That series, 8-episode series, hour long each episode, but just the way they show the growth of the relationship.
Really?
In that, yes, between all of those couples, it's just like it is the fullest and the best and the most beautifulest, blackest display of love. Yeah, so if you have not, please treat yourself and watch the Best Man Chronicles.
Okay.
Yes, please.
What's the new series? And I can't think. What's it called? Love or the one that just came on Netflix?
Oh yeah, Forever. Yeah,
took me out.
That's
Girl.
the best one though. You think?
You
or
know
is that
what?
just the one you could
That's
think
the
of?
most recent one that I can think
Nikita,
of.
I'm riding you on that
because
one.
I'm loving the whole.
That
yes,
is my listen. That thing had me in a chokehold. I could not stop watching it.
I love it, and it's so
That
reminiscent of. You know, my friend and I, we've known each other since we were like kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it kind of took me through like a couple of different stages in that. It's like like their togetherness, their apart, like the things that were happening.
They were kind of toxic, but I liked it. It was a little toxic, but
it ended up, it was like
Yeah,
it was
it's
beautiful.
beautiful.
Like just watching it all throughout.
Judy
And
Blume.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Was
what I
inspired by
like,
Judy
wow.
Blume. Ain't that
really,
something?
really good. Really good. Did you see it, AC?
That's all.
Oh, that's why he's so
Listen.
quiet.
You
I'm
wifey,
so quiet.
watch
You said what
it.
happened? You haven't seen it.
That's all.
Oh, you got
Okay.
to. You
I
no
ain't
idea.
got to
I
watch
didn't
it.
anything away.
I was just like,
And you didn't.
I did.
You
it's
didn't.
super good. Like super good. I think you will both like it.
Okay, next question. Would you relocate to be with your partner or your mate?
Yes.
Yeah. Like cross country?
Yeah.
Different state? Different city?
Yeah.
You would do all that.
Yeah, I would do all that.
Different country?
You already asked that. She said yes.
I didn't say country. I didn't say different
I
country.
believe you
I
said
said
Thailand,
different state,
preferably.
different city, different
City, country,
city.
state.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the different
All that.
geographical
Okay.
locations.
Yeah.
Life is
I
short,
would too.
man. You gotta be happy.
I would too. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you smiling about the real.
I don't like y'all.
We knew you would. We knew you
I don't like y'all. Why? Because I would do anything for love. Because I love love.
It's
Because
such
I'm
a
hopeless,
movie.
romantic. I'm a
the
mom.
letter and it'd be floating in the ocean.
Yes. Yep.
That's crazy.
I can see
The
it.
Notebook.
The Notebook.
But
I'm telling
and
you.
for me,
Would
it
you?
depends on.
Yeah.
I mean,
Talking to Mike.
I
Talking to Mike.
would. I'm all on the other side.
No, you was good. You was good. No, this was a little to me.
but-
Come a little closer to me.
Come a little closer
Closer
to
to
you.
right there.
now
There
it's
you
all in
go.
it. Okay, we good.
That rule of thirds is kicking in right there. There we go.
But my kids, I just want them to, have their solid foundation, especially going through separation. So immediately, no. As they've gotten, get older, then there would be consideration. Yeah, then I would. But I have to always
helps when you have grown kids.
We out.
Yeah,
I know.
grown kids.
Yeah, they start getting a little older. Like, let's go. We'll figure this out.
Ooh, what are your turn-offs, red flags, or deal breakers?
So one of my turn-offs, deal breakers, and I'm so glad we're no longer in this era, is when the butt crack was showing. I freaking hated that.
Oh, that was a thing, wasn't it?
Oh, was it ever?
People was doing that for real?
Yeah,
Oh,
of course
yeah.
with women. I mean, yeah.
Well, those riders. You know, the jeans are like right
old
there.
ride jeans are like, I don't know what they were called.
Like with the thong half showing type thing?
and the
I
tramp
remember
stamp.
that too.
I mean,
What'd you
cool with
say?
that.
And
I'm
the
cool.
tramp stamp.
Oh, yes. It went together. It went together.
But like that, because everything else is like, again, behavior. So everything else can be like worked on. But that's, no.
But I said women because it's the same thing with men wearing their.
No, listen, but but we were talking, but I was talking about. So when you was like women, I mean, yeah, duh.
Y'all can't see the faces he's making.
Like,
No, it's all good.
it's like, nah, when dudes do it, I hate that. Sorry.
Like, who you looking at? Who you looking
What's
at?
happening right now?
Well, I understand because she's like, I don't remember.
Because I wasn't thinking women. I forgot about the low cut.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
No, it's all good. I
Turn
know it's
on.
spicy out here nowadays, so
You like not that spicy.
definitely not.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry. We got any more? Or is
Yeah,
the,
I thought Ed was gonna.
I just
heard
hate
you.
when dudes wear like real big fake jewelry. That irks
They still
me.
do that? Dudes do that?
Oh well, yeah. Because if their earrings this big,
Man, that's the YNs
Yeah,
doing that.
how-
That's not dudes
How much
in their
you
30s and 40s
making?
doing that. And if you are,
yeah, like stop with the fake big jewelry. I hate it. That's a pet peeve.
I would say for me, disrespect. Disrespect is a turn off for me. I would say a deal breaker is hell. I can't even say that because I stayed. Never mind.
Oh,
I was gonna say cheating, but maybe it's a deal breaker now.
that's right. That's right. Nothing wrong with that. That's
Lack
right.
of consistency, because don't
Yes.
take me on no roller coaster ride up
Yes.
and down. Be consistent.
Yes, if you're
That's
gonna
a
love
big
me,
one.
love me, and show up every day.
Yeah.
Don't just show interest. Show the hell up.
Even before it gets to the love stage, right? You gotta be consistent.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes, you do.
yeah. I mean, we talking about the 2 months, and I'm like, well, how many times did he see her in that 2 months? I mean, like, you don't know what the level of consistency is. Or if you say you're gonna call me when you get home, call me when you get home. Don't make
Yes.
me wonder if you got in an accident on the road.
Yes.
Right.
Like, so just keeping it consistent.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Thoughts on spinning the block?
how fast?
I would say this. It depends on if the door is closed. If the door is closed, then it's closed. If I am leaving, walking away, then maybe there's a chance. Like, catch me before I'm gone. But
So now you're the gingerbread woman. Say less.
But if the door is closed, the door is closed. I'm so sorry for you.
I'm big on timing. So I will spin the block. I mean, I did spin the block, honestly. I did spin the block. Not that we ever fully let it go. You know what I'm saying? But I think that is sometimes like it's kind of like what AC said earlier. Like you don't know what it could have been. If everything it's in God's timing, obviously, and maybe when you were trying to force it and push it, that just wasn't the time. So like if there's a lot of things to consider, I'm not even gonna get into all that, but if things seem to be like working out this time and it's on a different note and it's some growth, I think it, I think.
But what has to happen with that too? Not just time, but there needs to be growth.
It has to be growth.
Has to be growth. Has to be change.
Yeah,
because we're not going to do this the same way
We're
we did
not
this
doing
before.
this
If
again.
we're going to do this again,
absolutely. There's some things that never going to happen again. Like it's deal breakers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Which through communication, that's discussed, and if it starts showing up, you need to pull a little. We're not doing this, know. But spin the block if the time is right. Why not?
But you never left. And my thing is, if you're leaving, like at that point leaving, I'm not spinning the block because there's something that made me leave.
Yeah, don't spin the block if you got a passenger. You know what I mean? In the car with you. Like that ain't cool.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
You feel me? That ain't cool.
I mean, boy, not necessarily though. Got you.
You see what I'm saying?
And maybe that's what I meant.
Because I was gone.
Yeah.
Maybe what?
Like if I'm emotionally disconnecting, mentally disconnecting, but I'm still physically here, then that means there's still a chance. Like, come on now, like you losing me, but if we're gonna work on this, let's work on this thing.
Right.
Even if I'm physically there, but I've emotionally left. If I've emotionally left, there's no coming back from that.
Well, yeah. But if it's in the moment, like it's actively happening, like I can feel like something's not right, something we're not getting right, but let's hurry up and get this right before I am detached.
Yeah. Right. Because for me, I can even physically leave and still be emotionally attached, and then we can, because then there's the work.
Yeah.
But if I've emotionally left, there was something that caused that emotion to erode, and I can't.
All right. Would you date someone if you knew that you were part of their roster or rotation?
Yo, your face was like, wait a minute, what?
It's not saying you're in a relationship, it's just saying would you date them?
Well, yeah, because they might be part of mine.
Oh,
you feel me?
I
mean, if that's where we at, then that's where we at. It's like,
okay, Miss Thursday Nights.
I feel you. Thirsty Thursday.
I'm saying.
I feel you.
If that's,
I think the answer is yes.
Yeah.
No,
not for everybody,
I'm
because
too selfish for that. If
me too. Thank you.
No.
Yes, no. And first of all, I don't like the idea of having a rotation. If I'm trying to get to know you, if I'm into you, then it's me and you. And even if we're still at the dating stage, it's me and you. I'm trying to get to know you. There's not going to be, other dudes that I'm entertaining or thinking about. I'm trying to figure out this thing with you. And I can't do that. I can't fully invest in whatever this is growing into if I have to dedicate time to other people. You know what I mean?
So I think I was looking at like this was just an understanding. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, see, that's different. I mean, some people do, and they're okay. If you can be okay with it.
That's where I was coming from.
Yeah, but like, I can't. I'm a relationship girly. I can't do that.
I don't ever want to be one of
casual dating thing to where it's like, I can't do that.
Yeah,
I can't.
So the answer is no.
The answer is no.
All right. Ooh, thoughts on blended families.
Crickets.
I mean, I think they're great. I mean,
the Brady Bunch lasted a long time.
Wait, the Brady Bunch I thought they were all like the same kid.
No, they were the same family. Here's a story of a man named Brady who was busy with something of his own.
Yeah.
And first of all, they white, so we ain't talking about them.
All right, say less.
So anyway.
I'm just
anyway.
It works. And
sit your black butt.
Sit it back.
Because Brittany said
back that thing
up. My bad.
I think the answer can be yes.
Oh yeah.
I think again, if you're mature,
yeah.
But it doesn't just take you to be the mature one, because you got to think of all the other adults involved, baby mamas, baby daddies, your partner. What is your partner's relationship? Yes. Not even a relationship, no, because y'all ain't got no relationship. What's your dynamic?
Maybe you do.
You better the hell not. If you're with me, there's no relationship.
No. I'm sorry. I'm speaking from a different.
Yeah, we heard. We felt that. Okay. Not saying it, but we felt that. Okay. That's a real thing. That is definitely
that is.
Ain't gonna be no sneaking and creeping and stuff going on with the baby mama.
Going back with baby mama. That's not what I'm.
Yeah, you just said there's a relationship. Yeah.
But it depends on like how y'all get along, because then now you bringing me into the mix. I'm not trying to get involved in no drama, because here's the thing. I'm not going to have you involved in no drama.
Mm-hmm.
So no. And I think that even if the kids are getting along, or you like the kids, or the kids like you, if it's unhealthy with the adults involved, that can mess the whole thing up.
It can, but are you supposed to limit your, let me
Your palate?
not your palate.
What?
Not your palate. But if you're involved with somebody, right, and now you're blending this family, but the outside, the other parent, is having some toxic ways, in trying to intervene, right? You can't really control that. You can only control the dynamics now. Your blended family. You can control that dynamic, right? And you gotta try to course correct how that other parent is showing up in that. But it's like because you're saying it's gonna mess it up, and it can.
It can, yeah.
But you still have to protect your relationship that you're in, because number one, wait a minute, hold on. Because now you've introduced this person into your family dynamic, to your children, and so if you allow this person to have that level of control over what you're building now, that part.
That's your partner's fault.
So that's where you just talk to your person. So y'all get on the same page.
That's right.
Because if your person understands there's a threshold and it's very, very minimum.
Yeah.
Then he or she should, if they're going to be in it, then, and I think, I don't know, maybe I don't know, but as long communication, which is, I think, maybe top 2 pillars of this, this whole conversation, as long as all parties on your side of the street are on the same page, then you will be able to survive that toxic behavior from the person on the other side of the street.
Right. And we know it's been several times where, I mean, to make it plain. So like if it's a guy and a girl, right? And then this guy has a baby's mom. A lot of times the baby's mom is acting crazy because they still dealing. So I think we've all seen that.
Or not necessarily, or she just ain't over him.
That's
or
what
she
it is
just
a lot of times. It's
you
working with
her, you giving her what he ain't give you.
Absolutely. So like Nikita, I stay in agreement because I'm not about to give up what I have because you can't get over it.
Right.
Because he could easily say to her like, yo, like chill, this is who I'm with. But depending on how off the hinges she is, she's not going to respect that. And she's going to do whatever she can to mess that up. So you leave and ain't doing nothing but giving her what she wants.
Well, here's my frame of thinking. Here's my frame of thinking. If I'm with you and you are leading, we talk about the men are leading, and we're talking about creating the security, then I am looking to you, man, to make sure this space is protected.
And so again,
they might not respect him.
That's cool, but that goes back to what I was saying with Nikita. As long as that side of the street are on the same page, that is protecting the scenario. You might be on some like barbaric type protection at this moment. I don't know. But what I'm saying, no, I'm not literally, but when you're saying, lead, protect, like all these like fire words, as a man, I'm sitting here expressing to you all, me protecting you may not be exactly what you envision.
Yeah.
And that has to be okay as long as we're on the same page.
Right. Yeah, and I can appreciate you saying that because thinking from a perspective of protection in like the physical or you showing up in that way creates a more toxic situation.
Yes, it does.
Because now you're putting your partner, your new partner at risk because of something that's happening on the outside when you sort of think of that way.
She may not admit like...
No, and I don't.
And I know
but that's extreme and I did not.
Like,
no, you may not have meant it that way.
That's a real thing too, though.
That think that way. You're my man. No, you stand up for me. You go...
By any means necessary.
Right.
Yeah, no. There are definitely people like that.
But that happens and that transpires and you create more of a toxic situation. So now you're jeopardizing what you have within this household. Because if I'm the dude, I'm like, look, I'm not going to, fight this dude for, whatever. It's like all of those different kinds of dynamics. So yeah, creating safety, safe space, trust, communication, understanding we're building something in here. And let's talk about how we build this in here. Although there's this outside entity trying to intervene. What do we do to, put up this barrier to keep them out there? Understanding they still have to interact with the children, but they don't need to interact with us on this level.
But anywho.
Yeah, word.
All right, y'all. So we had a good conversation. I like this.
Absolutely.
I like this. Anyway. The drinks are flowing. We might have to do this again with the little
let's do this every time.
Sipping. Yeah.
I like it.
I don't have nothing, but
Next time you will.
Next time I will.
Next time you will.
Yeah.
All
I have
right,
a water jug. Because I'm a man. I'm an athlete.
That's right.
And you gotta control.
That's right.
I can't be like.
That's the hell right. You're right.
Say it for me.
That's right. All right. So, yes, thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of the Black Boardroom.
Yes.
And who knows what we'll be talking about next time. But don't forget to email us with your shoulda, coulda, wouldas at theblackboardroomcollective@gmail.com. And please like, share, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Find us on all social media platforms. And until next time, bye.
Bye, y'all.